All right, Larry Krueger here from the Pig and a Pickle Krug Show with a little Friday 49er report as we tell you everything that happened in Niner news on this Friday, January the 23rd. Thanks to Pig and a Pickle for being the title sponsor of the Krug Show. Check them out. They're in Emeryville. They're in Corte Madera. They're open 7 days a week, and they will be opening in 2026 in Petaluma as well. They're open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. or until they run out. And go say hi to Damon and Mary. Get some brisket chili. Tell them that Krug sent you. We should also tell you that we're brought to you by Plank Oakland. This 49er report is brought to you by our friends at Plank Oakland. They've got a 50,000 square foot entertainment eatery there at Jack London Square in Oakland. They opened the Hub, a brand new sports viewing spot. Great place to watch the playoffs and the Super Bowl. Massive 30-foot media wall, over 70 TVs. It's the ultimate spot. They got a beer garden, 49 beers on tap, bocce, bowling, you name it. Really, really good spot. Check them out. Thanks to Plank Oakland, and check them out at plankoakland.com. All right, let's talk a little bit about the stories of the day in 49er land. And we open with kind of a sad story, but a life well lived. The great John Brody has passed. He was a phenomenal 49er, Bay Area man through and through. And he lived a great life. He passes at the age of 90. He was born in 1935 and dies here on Friday today in 2026. What a remarkable man this guy was. In the 49ers Hall of Fame, his number 12 is forever retired by the 49ers. Nobody will ever wear it again. But what an incredible career. Born in Menlo Park, went to high school at Oakland Tech in Oakland, went to Stanford, and is in the College Football Hall of Fame, and then was drafted by the 49ers, third pick overall in the 1957 NFL draft, and played his entire 17-year NFL career with the Niners. My dad spoke of him often. My dad used to have season tickets to the Niners in the Kezar days, and man, Brody was their guy. Absolutely one of the great Niners of all time. More passing yards than any other 49er quarterback except for the great Joe Montana. He's survived by his wife, Sue. Just very, very, very sad day for the 49er family. The longest tenured 49er ever. Two-time Pro Bowler, two-time All-Pro, MVP of the NFL in 1970. But just an incredibly talented guy. You see, kind of a middle-sized quarterback, right? He wasn't 6'4". John Brody was more like 6'1", 200 pounds. Through though for 214 career NFL touchdowns, 224 career interceptions. And as I said, played his entire 17-year career with the 49ers. Now, if that is all that he had accomplished, that would have been something else, but he was also a fantastic TV broadcaster, and he was an incredible golfer. I mean, this guy played on the PGA Tour. He played in 2 U.S. Opens, if you can believe it or not, and played on the Senior PGA Tour and won an event. So, I mean, how many guys? He is, to this day, the only NFL player to play in the NFL and play in a PGA Tour event. So unbelievable that he was that, the incredible hand-eye coordination, obviously, but playing in 2 U.S. Opens after playing 17 years in the NFL, that's truly remarkable. So rest in peace. The great John Brody leaves us at the age of 90, and what a life well lived. And we tip our cap to John Brody. One of my dad's favorites. He talked about Brody often. And, John Brody was a Niner for so long, and he was the guy, he was the face of that franchise, for years and years and years. So John Brody, no longer with us at the age of 90. We always make that incredibly tough transition back to other Niner notes, but there were a few things that happened today in Niner news. Josh Williams, former SI Wildcat, that's right. Josh Williams the Falcons have completed their GM interview with Josh Williams, and we'll find out. He was, I believe, one of 3 or 4 finalists for that general manager's job in Atlanta. That would be great. I mean, that would be an incredible thing for Josh to get that job. He's a young man. He's intelligent. He's well-spoken. He's a great guy. So I think he's probably, he's going to be a GM in the NFL. There's no doubt. Just a matter of, is it this year? Is it next year? Is it 3 years from now? But Josh Williams has completed his interview with the Atlanta Falcons, and then we'll find out here in the coming days if he gets that gig. Christian McCaffrey today named Pro Football Writers Association of America's Comeback Player of the Year award winner. What a year it was for CMC. I mean, where would the Niners have been this year without the incredible running and receiving of Christian McCaffrey? He was fantastic as a runner, as a receiver. He played the full season. He got better and better and better as the year wore on. Some of his best games were against the Colts and Bears late in the year, where he averaged over 5 yards a carry against Indy, I believe over 6 yards a carry against Chicago. So CMC, PFWAA's Comeback Player of the Year award winner. Robert Saleh, news out of Tennessee is that he's going to be keeping John Fossil as his special teams coach. So he will not be taking his buddy, Brant Boyer, who came with him from the Jets to Tennessee. Boyer's going to stay with the 49ers, it looks like, for another year. Niners also have signed a tight end, Hayden Rucci, to their reserve futures deal. He's a former Penn State tight end. He's a good blocker. He's considered to be a very good blocker. Niners asked the Falcons for permission to interview their defensive back coach, Justin Hood, for a high-ranking position on the defensive side of the football, but Atlanta blocked it. This is according to Tom Pelissero. Tim Kawakami is saying that he believes Max Crosby has to be in the 49ers' sights this offseason. CBS Sports is basically suggesting that the 49ers, in one of their articles says the Niners should trade their 4th round pick to the New York Giants for Kayvon Thibodeau to give them another edge rusher. And per Spot Track, Juwan Jennings is due to get $22 million per year in free agency. That's what they're estimating JJ's going to get in free agency. So, you know what? If that is indeed the market for Jennings in free agency, I hate to say it, but I think it's probably means he's gone. Now, we'll see. I mean, that a lot of times you're as good as your last film. If you watch the film of the 49ers and the Seahawks, there was no separation at all from any of the 49er receivers all day. Could not get away. And, is somebody really going to pony up north of $20 million for a receiver that doesn't get separation in the biggest game of the year? So he wasn't alone, and Seattle's got a great defense. But, I mean, that is the big question. What kind of offer is Jennings going to get? We know the Niners love him. Shanahan loves him. Lynch has said, JJ is my favorite player. It's all about price tag. Can they pay his price tag and keep him happy and still stay within their budget? Or is his price going to exceed their budget? That's really one of the big questions that we're looking forward to finding out here in the offseason. The Niners badly need him to fit in their budget because they need to put together a wide receiver core, and without him, they're decimated at the spot because there's no Ayuk, there's no Debo. I did read a report today that the Niners may consider bringing back Debo, but I don't believe that's a substantiated report. I think that's just kind of people just talking on the interwebs, but I did see that earlier today. All right. Thanks to Pig and a Pickle for being the title sponsor of the Krug Show. Once again, check them out in Emeryville, in Corte Madera, and soon to open in Petaluma here in 2026. Also, thanks to our friends at Plank Oakland. Check them out at plankoakland.com. And also thanks to Sleeper. 49er football season was presented all season long by Sleeper, the fastest growing fantasy platform in the world. It's a one-stop shop. You get blazing fast news, real-time stats, group chat, season-long leagues, and, of course, Sleeper picks for daily fantasy. Use promo code Larry, and Sleeper will match your first deposit up to $100. Links in the description. Terms and conditions do apply. And thanks to you guys for supporting the Krug Show on YouTube.